Hey everybody, it is a near 80-degree day again here in Atlanta, in the Atlanta area, and it is Sunday, March 14th, and I'm about to go deep into my hives, which rain is coming this week, and I just need to make sure, and I want to make sure that they've got enough stores to get through the week. We've had some really dry days, which I love, but not a lot of nectar flowing yet, so I think that's important to do right now, so come with me. Okay, so hopefully you all can hear. This hive is not quite as active as all the other ones. I don't know why that is, but I am going to look, see how they're doing. They've been strong the past couple of years, but we need to just peek in here and give a good look. Oh, I hate these silverfish. Do you see these? I hope you all can see these squirming around. I cannot stand, not silverfish, but these earwig pincher bugs. I don't know if there is a good remedy for these things or not. I noticed last year, and it could be a factor of the really kind of mild winters we keep having. Oh boy, I see hive beetles for sure. I'm gonna have to get some, see all those hive beetles on this lid? It's almost easier to squish them with your fingers. But again, I mean, this hive is in full sun. The bees aren't strong, or the colony isn't so big, they can't ward off all of these hive beetles, so I'm pretty sure I have some hive beetle traps in this hive. Gosh, I hate these things. The small hive beetles have been a bad problem past year or two in the south because of our mild winters. That bee right there. So you can see I've still got a lot of sugar from the candy board. They seem to be eating off of it pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and dive down into the bottom deep because I have no idea what's going on below. I just haven't had a good look. Now see, there's a beetle trap right there. Let me look at it real quick. Be full. Yeah, you can see quite a bit of beetles in there. I've also tried the Swiffer sheets, and I may put some of those around. But this candy right here is hard still. You know, usually the condensation in the hives over the winter break it down a little bit. Or even with the heat that we've had lately, the warmer days, you would think. Just let me see if I can crack this open, get into this hive. Oh, so that is sealed shut. more to the woman, right? Okay. So if you can see, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. There's quite a bit of drone brood right here on top that I just opened up when I cracked up the hive. Good news is I do not see any mites on the larva, which is usually a good telltale sign that you've got a mite problem, because the varroa mite likes to lay down in drone brood. I'm going to scrape this off. It's rather disgusting, actually. It needs cleaning. I'm sorry, there's quite a bit of drone brood, and you know when they start raising drones that spring is right around the corner, and swarm season may even be approaching soon. So I've got an old apicar in here, which I didn't even realize. Take that out. It's good to do this general housekeeping early in the spring while you're in the hives. That in there. Okay, so let's open it up. See if I can get one of these end frames out and look at it. Boy, you can tell these frames have not come out in a while. What are we looking at? Dry. Nothing on this frame. A little bit of nectar. Very little. But I'm looking. There's a hive beetle on my jacket. I'm going to set this frame aside. And let's look at these. Look at this frame, it's not even drawn out. Wow. This may be an excellent time to flip the brood boxes. Nothing. Nothing. A little bit of pollen, nectar in this one, but nothing to speak of, not even fully drawn out comb. Let's keep diving here. Alright, there's some larvae. Capped larvae, some uncapped larvae. And this queen is a few years old. I'd say probably 2 years old, if I can recall, and she could be slowing down. Beautiful pollen in there. Let's take a look at this next frame. I'm seeing a little more brood on this next frame. Okay. Here's a nice sprue pattern there. See if I can spot the queen close by. Another nice brood pattern on that side. I see a drone, a nice big fat drone. I also see some hive beetles. I'm going to put some hive beetle traps, beetle busters they're called, in this bottom. And I may have to just add some more pulled frames in here, because even though the queen has plenty of space to lay, and there's some brood, pollen, larvae. See some nectar. Well, things look better than I thought they did. They've got sugar up top. I could even probably add a pollen patty to get them through a little bit here. And maybe some of that sugar board to the top of this to encourage them to eat that. Wonderful bee bread, pollen on this frame. Nothing really here. A little bit of nectar. Another drone. I'm willing to bet that queen is in the upper box. I don't see her. Let's see what this looks like. Oh boy. Larva, nectar, a lot of nectar on this frame. Some good pollen. Some leftover honey up here at the top. I think I'm going to get them a pollen patty and see if they like it. And a beetle blaster for this bottom deep right here. Maybe some Swiffer sheets as well. And maybe some pulled comb. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to put some drawn comb that I had in my storage room for the bees right here. And see if they like that a little bit better. And then I may even, I think this was the other non-drawn out frame. I'm going to put a frame drawn comb. That may encourage the queen to lay some. So I know my recording didn't pick up the first part I was doing, but it looks like there's brood, nectar, pollen, cap brood in this bottom box. So, and there's plenty of room for the queen to lay. So I am going to get some beetle blasters in here, some Swiffer sheets to help with the small hive beetle problem. Maybe even put some sugar from the candy board left over that is all on the top. If I can squeeze some on top here, it might encourage them to eat a little bit. It has great nutrients in it. I get these candy boards from David Burns, which he has a YouTube channel, which is excellent. He is a certified master beekeeper. So I encourage you to check out his channel. I'll try to link it here so you can maybe plan for next winter if you're interested in the candy boards. Put a little oil in these. Doesn't take much, just enough to kind of line that so they'll drown if they fall in. And then I'm going to, I've got the Swiffer sheet here, see if I can the thing about these Swiffer sheets that are kind of tricky is they propolize them so much that when it starts getting warm out and that propolis melts, boy, are they hard to pull up out of there. So we'll see if that's going to help us out. Put a little sugar. Maybe it'll crush and even go down in there for them to eat a little bit. I don't know. Last year, when I used these candy boards, they literally finished them when I opened up the hives in late February, early March. Okay, let me smoke these down. Totally forgot about this frame. Maybe I'm going to do that. Pull out. Change of plans. I'm going to pull out this frame that I put in and replace it with the one that I forgot that I took out. I can use that somewhere else. There. Okay. Give this the old heave ho. That is tough. That is a heavy box. Whew. So let me clear some of this sugar. We're at Sunday, March 14th. I suspect by the end of March, very end of March, after the rain passes that we're expected to get this week, we are going to see a huge boom in nectar flow. Now, let me take one of these beetle blasters out. which they propolize down so well. Lots of dead small hive beetles. And I was saying earlier that the small hive beetle has really been a problem in the South the past couple of years because our winters were so mild that it just did not kill what needed to be killed. You know, the mosquitoes have been bad, and then the small hive beetle larvae have been bad. I'm setting these aside for now, and I'm going to work on peeking in this top deep. To see what's going on up here. Like I said, this hive is not quite as busy looking as the others, not quite as strong if I'm just going by the entrance. So we've got comb and some nectar being deposited. Lots of nectar up in here and some freshly drawn combs. So that suggests to me that we might actually have a flow of some sort. If they're drawing out comb, if you can see that. I'm seeing some really nice nectar in there. I'm going to set this aside carefully. Okay, and let's look at this next frame over. What are we looking at? Oh, it's heavy. So what we have here is leftover, looks like leftover honey and fresh nectar being deposited. Small hive beetles. Ugh, can't stand them. And some more nectar. Oh boy, this next frame has a lot of drone brood. It kind of makes me wonder if my queen is getting older. I just know that this particular queen is a couple years old. Look at that entire frame of drone brood. And you can tell this from the raised look of the cells and the way they've capped it. I don't see any queen cells. I see that they are just capping this drone brood. I mean, that is a huge, which means you have a healthy hive. I'm just curious how my queen is doing. There's some brood down below. It's just not a full, you know, fully capped brood. That's what I want to see, is the capped worker brood up here. So let's see what's going on. Capped brood, nectar, larva, pollen, some drone brood, more drone brood down here, down below the bottom of the frame. Older larva that they're working on capping. Okay. Let me see if I can pull. More capped brood. Nectar. Yep. I think she's doing fine. Haven't seen her yet, but there is capped brood and there's larvae, so we know that she's producing. Plenty of stores, larvae, room to lay. Wow. Capped brood. Drones out the wahoo. Lots of drones being raised. So you know what? I'm not going to worry about this hive. I think that this hive is doing pretty well. If you all see something that I don't, please let me know. But I am feeling pretty confident right now. It's just an empty, looks like they're working on this drawn comb. So I feel better about this hive. I'm going to put the beetle blasters back. There you go. Get out of the way. And I'm going to put some Swiffer sheets on this top box too. You know, that's one of the fun things about beekeeping is things are so sticky. So I'm just going to rip this, place it on the edges here. My gloves are so sticky. Let's see if we can get these bees down. There we go. I think I'm going to replace a little sugar. Leave it out. Maybe they all can snack on it a little bit. Put this inner cover. This is the candy board. This is the candy board inner cover. It comes with this insulated top, and on the other side, and you can see where I killed all the hive beetles. The candy board is up here, and the condensation from the hive rises up and causes the candy to melt a little bit and fall down on the hive, and it's got this upper entrance exit. That they can use for cleansing flights in the wintertime. For now, I'm just going to leave that on. Okay. I'm going to leave this nectar and this comb right here.